Homeschool Planet is a really popular online homeschool planner that many families use and love. In this video, we'll take a look at whether or not you need a tool like this in your life, and I'll share what I personally think about it. So if you're in the market for a new homeschool planner or aren't sure if you are or not, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Sara and welcome to my channel, Blessed Homeschool. I love sharing tips, resources, and encouragement with homeschool moms. So here you're going to find curriculum reviews, day-to-day homeschooling how-tos, and things like that on my channel. So please consider subscribing and liking this video if it's helpful to you. Okay, so you want your homeschool to run smoothly so both you and your kids can get the most out of your day. And you've probably seen your fair share of homeschool planners being recommended to you to do just this. Aren't sure which one is right for you? Well, first, you want to decide if you even need a homeschool planner. That's right. You don't necessarily need a homeschool planner. When you're trying to decide if you need a homeschool planner, you're going to want to consider your homeschool style and how you like to teach. If you're more relaxed and you don't even like to plan, then you don't have to. If you like to be more focused and concerned about time management, however, a planner might be helpful to you. You also want to consider your homeschool records that you might have to submit. And would a planner be beneficial to you in this situation? If so, you should keep these requirements in mind when you're making your decision. Finally, do you like to make your own plans, or do you simply follow the plans that your given curriculum will lay out for you? Do the materials that you have chosen, does the curriculum that you've chosen come with their own set of plans? If so, you might not need a homeschool planner. This was me for our first couple of years of homeschooling. The curriculum that I chose laid out the lesson plans completely. So my strategy was to just do the next thing every day. That was the extent of my planning, and it was perfectly valid. We had a great year, and it suited us just fine. Now, I will say that was kind of hard for me because I am the type that loves to plan. Love it. Fortunately for me, as my kids grew older, my planning and tracking of our homeschooling has changed and evolved. When I really began to work with my kids on independence in our homeschool, I realized how I can incorporate planning techniques into our day and gradually help them learn time management skills. So here's a couple of examples of that. When my kids were younger, we began with homeschool checklists. So our homeschool days have kind of more of a rhythm and a flow to them rather than a strict schedule. But I needed a way to help them see what needed to be done each day and for them to be accountable to doing it. So I created these homeschool checklists that I would print out, I would fill in, and they would check off each day as they completed their tasks. It worked really well for us. After that, we graduated to using an online planner that actually came with the particular curriculum that we were using at that time. I really fell in love with the online planning system and a lot of the features that it offered, and it suited us really well for a little bit of time. However, eventually our needs shifted yet again, and I began looking for something different. For years, I had been hearing and seeing other people talking about and using Homeschool Planet, and it sounded amazing, but it just wasn't the right time for us to use it. We didn't need a lot of the features that it offered at the time, but I'm really glad that I had heard about it and kind of kept it in the back of my mind because now we're using it and loving it in our homeschool, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So in case you aren't familiar with Homeschool Planet, they're an all-in-one homeschool planner with home, school, work schedules. You can keep that all in one place, available anytime. You can access it on your tablet, your mobile phone, your desktop, laptop, wherever. They offer features for anything that homeschooling parents could really want to plan out both their homeschools and their life, keeping everything organized all in one place. You can schedule classes, assignments, chores, field trips, sports practices, doctor's appointments, music classes, plus more, all in one place. There's so many features that I get a lot of use out of and that we are really loving. It's helping me as a mom stay organized and keep our homeschool running smoothly. Okay, so here are a few of the ways that our needs shifted and some of the basic reasons why we're using Homeschool Planet right now. First, I have our kids trained pretty well in our daily routines. And once they get up in the morning, they like to get started on any independent schoolwork that they need to complete. Homeschool Planet allows me to create a different login for each of my kids so they can log in and access their daily assignments or daily tasks whenever they want to. Second, my 3 older kids have some of the same curriculum, lessons, or tasks to complete every day. The old online planner that I was using required me to create separate entries for all of these every week when I was planning. So I was having to enter the same things 3 different times, and it took up a lot of time for me. So these were things like our Bible study fellowship assignments. There's a Latin class that all 3 of my kids are taking together, music practice, things that they all did that I would want on their checklist that I didn't have a very easy way to do it. Homeschool Planet allows me to assign the same lesson or assignment to multiple kids at once, instead of having to enter this information multiple times. Next, some of our curriculum that we're using now has my kids visiting different websites or sources online, and I can really easily add links to any of the lessons that I create in Homeschool Planet. So all my kids have to do is log in, they can see their assignments, they can click on any link where they need to go, and it's really easy for them to get started on what they need to do. Finally, I needed, and my kids really wanted, a checklist style option because that's what they were used to. We had tried another online system prior to using Homeschool Planet, and it did not have a checklist feature, and my kids just didn't like it. It didn't work well for them. So I love that I can see right away what has been completed, and my kids can check off items as they are done. It gives them a sense of accomplishment, and it helps them to manage their time well. So that should give you a brief idea of why we're using Homeschool Planet now. And if you have any of those same needs, this online homeschool planner would be a really great option for you too. So here are some of the other features that I love. There are so many. All right. There really is so much to talk about. I had a lot of fun when I first got my planner, looking at all the different features, setting up our school year. It was great. If you love planning like me, you're going to have a blast. But there's just so much to share and go over. We would be here all day. So I really just want to share with you 3 of my favorite things about Homeschool Planet, the 3 things that I use the most. So let's get right in. One of the things that I really appreciate about the Homeschool Planet online homeschool planner is the ability to reschedule assignments quickly and easily. So the past day, we had a couple of activities that we didn't complete. So right when I log in, this screen pops up, and they were just chores yesterday, but sometimes there are assignments that we might have missed. Something came up and we need to reschedule them. So this screen pops up right away telling me the assignments that we missed and what day they were scheduled for. Today is Tuesday, the day after this. And then it gives me an option for each one. So I can leave it as is, never show this again, mark it complete. So maybe we just forgot to check it off. We can delete it, carry it forward and leave the rest of the schedule alone, or we can carry it forward and shift the schedule by 1 day. So those last 2 I use a lot whenever we have a particular assignment that we missed. But this is a really helpful feature when we do happen to miss something and we need to reschedule our assignments. I can do it easily in 1 click. Aside from the prompt that we get when I first log into Homeschool Planet, there are a couple of other really great rescheduling options that are very helpful. So for example, if I go up to helpers and rescheduling helper, this will allow me to reschedule overdue assignments or any other assignments that I need to reschedule. I can also make an entire day off and easily reschedule an entire day with just one click. There's also, if you go into settings and your school year, I'm going to scroll down to the current school year. Right here, it shows your calendar at a glance pretty much. You can scroll through. This is really fun to set up. It makes it so easy to plan your whole homeschool year at once. And you can see by the green check marks, these are school days. Anything you want to make not a school day, click on it and it'll exit out. And there's lots of other features that are available here. But you can see if you need to mark a week off, you can easily do that within this calendar feature, plan out your vacations, things like that. The other great rescheduling option is just the ability to drag and drop. So if I wanted to move this assignment up or to a different day, I can easily just pick it up and do that. All right, the second thing that I wanted to talk about, aside from the rescheduling options that I love, is just the ability for personalization and all of the different calendar features that Homeschool Planet offers. So right now, you're just looking at my dashboard. If I scroll down, this is my main calendar, and it looks crazy, a little crazy right now. That's because I have all of my kids on here on this screen. I have mine set up by time, and you can either, schedule your classes, schedule out your day, be as particular as you want. I like to have a rough idea of the different times we need to have things completed by. But you can also choose an option where you don't have the time on there. It's just more like a routine. Now, do we stick to the time every day? No, we tend to use more of a flow. But if we have other things going on, it just kind of helps us to stay on track a little bit more. All right, so right now you're looking at the week view. I have it so where the weekends are not shown, but if I click on this button, it'll also show Saturday and Sunday. So that is a great option. You can also view just the day. So it will just show every assignment that we have for the day. You can also show the whole month, but that is quite a bit at once. So I don't typically use that view. You can also navigate real easily from week to week. Also, right here, I'm showing everybody on the calendar right now. But if I just wanted to see Luke's calendar, for example, if I click on that, it just shows me his tasks. So I can see pretty quickly what he has done and what he still has left. Now, today is Tuesday, so yesterday, Monday, that's why you've got this yellow bar here. It's a little bit grayed out. Those are tasks that are already completed on a previous day. Now, the personalization is great. I have this pink flowery background. If you go to theme and colors, there are a lot of different options that you can choose for your backdrop. You can change the different colors, color code all your assignments and your tasks. And since your kids have their own logins, they are able to do this too. So all of my kids got to choose their own backgrounds. They love changing their color scheme. So it's just a little something fun. It got them really excited about even starting to use their planner. All right, and you've probably already seen this, kind of jumping back over to the calendar, those check boxes that I talked about. My kids can just check off their assignments as they go, and you'll notice that the day we already completed, those show up in green. So very easy for them to see what they still need to do, and very easy for me to see what still needs to be accomplished each day when I look at our planner. The last thing before I move on to number 3 is you might see these pink boxes on here. This is actually my Google Calendar. You can connect and integrate your calendar with Homeschool Planet. So, and I choose just to see it on my view. I could allow the kids to see all of my calendar if I wanted to, but right now I just have it set up to where I can see it. But this is another really helpful thing for me when I'm planning our homeschool. If if I can see that we have something going on that day, I could move things around if I really needed to, or if I knew our day was just so full and I needed to adjust our lessons to a different day, I could easily do that. You can integrate a Google Calendar, Apple iCalendar, or any internet calendar that supports the iCalendar format. So great feature. You could also share out your Homeschool Planet planner with somebody else who might need to see it, like your spouse or something like that. So another great feature that I love. All right, and finally, the last thing, there's so much, but the last thing that I want to share with you is how easy it is for lesson planning. So very easy to add your own classes and your own lessons. So for example, let's look at Carly's. And if we look at her calendar, they're working on All About Spelling right now. So if I click on their All About Spelling, this is, I had just added in this class, and I don't have a lot planned out right now. I was kind of doing it as I went. We just started it, but you can go in here and you've got your assignments, and you can easily type in what lessons, what assignments you want to do every day in here. Right, another great option that I want to show you is the Homeschool Planet Lesson Plan Marketplace. So if I go up to here and go to lesson plans, I'll show you just how easy this is. So the Homeschool Planet Marketplace has so many different homeschool curriculum publishers and lesson plans that are pre-made that you can purchase and autofill into your planner to make planning your school year super easy. So All About Spelling, like I just showed you, that is an option. Apologia, master books, Notgrass, teaching textbooks, art of problem solving, so many more. So I wanted to show you just how easy this is. Okay. Right now, I do have my calendar set up for next year, but I have one more lesson that I still need to add, and that is our Learning Language Arts through Literature, the TAN book. So my son is going into 6th grade and he's going to be using this. So this is in my purchase lesson plans section, and I can see information on this when I click on more info. It's going to tell me the duration, the average class length for this, the subjects, and things like that. So that looks good. And if I want to apply this to my calendar, all I have to do is hit apply this lesson plan. Okay. So it asks me, do I want to create a new class or apply it to an existing class? I don't have a class set up for this yet, so we're going to create a new class. I want to include all of the assignments. This class, these are subjects I already have set up. So I'm going to select Language Arts. And this is going to be for my son, who's going into 6th grade. And we hit next. Okay. So schedule for the class. So I want to set this up for next school year. I already set up this school year in my planner. We're going to plan on it for every day. I may set a time later, but for right now, we'll do no particular time. And suggested grading, I'm going to keep yes for now. Hit OK. It's populating the calendar. Okay. So when you add your lesson plan, it looks like nothing has changed now, but here we go. So when you add your new lesson plan to your calendar, it's going to add this to your first lesson is going to start on the first date that you set up that new school year for. Okay. So right now I have our school year. I'm going to skip forward a couple weeks because we're not officially going to start until the second week of August. So when I scroll over there, you can see that's for Carly. Let's look at the one that I just did. For Luke, okay, here we go. Language Arts, Learning Language Arts through Literature, the TAN book. I didn't write any of these. These are all already filled in. So it's going to tell me exactly what I need to do on each day. All right. every week filled in. Okay, and if I want to make any edits, I just have to click on it and click edit. And then I can go in, I can edit any lesson that I want to, I can change my schedule. It's all customizable from there. But the point is, I didn't have to fill in any of those lessons. It's all right there, ready to go. So there are many more than just 3 different features that I'm loving about Homeschool Planet. But in the short time that we have, I hope that gives you a good idea just how robust this program is and how it might help you in your homeschool planning. A homeschool planner is not right for every homeschool mom or every homeschool style. And it's okay if you don't have or don't want to have or use a homeschool planner. It's not a necessity for a successful homeschool. Maybe you don't need all the bells and whistles of Homeschool Planet just yet. If that's the case, I have a super popular post on my blog that shares the top paper planners that are great for homeschooling parents. So you're going to want to check that out. I will drop the link to that post in the description for you. But like I did, you should keep Homeschool Planet in the back of your mind for when or if your homeschool planning needs change. Or go check it out now to see if these features would be useful to you and your kids. To be honest, I haven't really found anything that I don't like about it yet. Though I will say there are a couple of limitations if you're trying to access your planner on your phone or mobile device. So I do recommend using Homeschool Planet on your laptop or desktop, if at all possible, whenever you can. It's just going to be easier for you if you have that option available. So you can get a free trial and a free lesson plan when you go to homeschoolplanet.com. So go get a free trial, see what you can do with all the lesson plans they offer and how easy it will make your homeschool planning. Free means free. There's no credit card required. You are not locked into anything, and you'll get access to all of the features that Homeschool Planet offers. So I hope this video gave you a good idea about why Homeschool Planet might be a good fit for your homeschool. If you enjoyed this video or found value in it, please consider hitting like and subscribe to my channel for more homeschool tips, resources, and encouragement. Happy homeschooling!